Hello YouTube viewers and random Ghostbusters fans. Today I'm taking a look at Mattycollector's latest release, which is the Ecto goggles, and here they are in their basic white mailing box, which has the Ghostbusters logo, the name of the item, adult collector written below it, and some legal garb on the back. Fortunately, the actual packaging is a little bit more exciting. Just like the PKE meter and trap, it's shaped like a shipping crate. On the top we get the no ghost symbol in colour with Ghostbusters underneath. Above you can see Ecto goggles has been printed there in a design that looks as though it's been stamped onto the crate. The hilarious warning labels also make a return with cautions such as "These are not X-ray specs, you dog," and "Not for use on every schizo in the 5 boroughs," which is a great way to incorporate a quote from the movie into the packaging. The shipping crate design looks as awesome as ever with the detailing on this wooden panel effect, plus the shadow around the edges to give it some depth. The rest of the box just repeats the information on the front, so let's move on and take a look at the Ecto goggles themselves. Alrighty, so here we go, and as you can see, they do look very screen accurate. On the front we get the two telescopic lenses, one is longer than the other and includes the silver section on the front with a short silver knob on the side. The shorter lens is just plain black but features a longer silver knob which goes all the way through to the other side. Unfortunately, the lenses do not extend or retract, but they can both spin through 360 degrees, and the actual lenses on the inside are just made from basic clear plastic instead of convex glass. The green housing has its fair share of detail too. Some grey plastic rivets are present around the front, while both sides contain a grey adjustable dial, plus more rivets around the edges, while even more rivets are present on the top. Below, the replica is covered in ugly screw holes, legal garb, and a very large and obvious battery compartment. What's more is that there's a secondary battery compartment on the side of the toy, which is just weird and slightly detracts from its overall appearance. A semicircle has been cut into the back of the Ecto goggles, allowing them to fit comfortably on your face. A groove has also been included on the bottom to allow space for the user's nose. However, a ton of legal garb is also present on the back as well, because the amount of it on the bottom just wasn't enough. A massive black head strap is attached to the goggles, which is easily adjusted to fit any head size. The straps at the front are made from an elasticated plastic, while this brace at the rear is made from soft rubber for optimum comfort. So overall for detail, it looks great, but the battery compartments and bucket load of legal garb really let it down. Plus, some extra paint apps could have been applied to make it not look so plasticky. The Ecto goggles offer an electronic feature which allows the user to see Slimer. To activate this, you twist the grey dial on the right side of the toy. Twisting it clockwise will reveal one animation in which Slimer will appear, float around for a while, then disappear. Twisting it again will activate a short animation in which Slimer appears waving his arms, then disappears again. Twisting the dial counterclockwise unlocks the longest animation, which shows Slimer being chased by something, possibly an unseen proton stream, before he slowly lunges at the user. Twisting counterclockwise again, you can see a final sequence in which Slimer floats across the screen before stopping just above the goggles with only his mouth visible. Now, while this is a cool idea, I feel that it wasn't executed properly. The Slimer that appears in the animations looks very cartoony, like an illustration of the Mattycollector figure. It's also very pixelated, which takes away from its effect. The sound effects are a nice addition, but they're also a little off, as it doesn't sound like Slimer, but more like a drunken Barney Gumble from The Simpsons. Disappointingly, the effect only takes place in the right eye, and I feel that had it taken place in both eyes it would have given it a much better 3D effect, but as it stands, it's still a nice little novelty. The goggles also work in tandem with the PKE meter to unlock more animated sequences. Can't see a damn thing! Get it? It's funny, because I'm using the real Ghostbusters toy PKE meter instead of using the Mattycollector prop replica PKE meter that you're supposed to use. Derp! Ugh. The Ecto goggles include two accessories. First is this grey receiver. A grey dial on the bottom of the goggles can be removed, allowing the receiver to be screwed into place. The secondary accessory is this signal enhancer, which plugs into the bottom of the PKE meter. To unlock the extra sequences, simply turn the dial on the PKE meter as far as it can go, so that it seems as though it's picking up a nearby ghost. Then twist the dial on the goggles until it confirms that they're on. Pass the PKE meter close to the goggles, and the sequence will play. One is of Eleanor Twitty, the purple library ghost, who just sort of hovers there and then turns her head for a few seconds before vanishing. The other is of a proton stream, which blasts across the lens as though the person wearing the Ecto goggles is using a neutrino wand. Again, both of these are nice effects, but they could have looked so much better. The included instruction booklet is very clear and concise, with its contents and features displayed in an easy-to-understand format. It also includes the usual hilarious foreword written by Peter Venkman, while the goggles also come with a sticker sheet containing some operating instructions and some warning labels, although the instructions do not indicate exactly where they should be placed on the replica. So, overall, what do I think of this replica? Well, it's a bit of a letdown. After the excellent PKE meter and ghost trap, I genuinely expected more from Matty. Instead, we get this replica, which is covered in legal garb and really looks plasticky, making it seem more like a toy than a replica. While the features are good, and it's an inspired choice to include an animated projection in the lens of the goggles, it falls short of being something truly entertaining. As I said before, perhaps the animation should have been in both lenses, which would have given it a better 3D effect. Plus, the animation itself looks very cartoonesque and pixelated, while the sound effects are laughable, and not in a good way. The additional effects of Eleanor Twitty and the proton stream are nice, but ultimately aren't worth the rigmarole of buying the PKE meter and attaching the extra signal booster and receiver to both replicas. As a fan, when I look through the Ecto goggles, this is what I want to see. Exactly what Ray sees when we get the POV shot of him using them in the movie. That would truly make it a prop replica in my eyes. But as it stands, the animations are a fun inclusion, if nothing more than a basic novelty which wears off far too quickly. At the end of the day, the Ecto goggles do look nice from a distance, and I would certainly recommend them for Ghostbusters cosplayers and Mattycollector completists. And so that does it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there are countless more reviews online. Thank you again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Goodbye.